myself. Oh no, give me that sound. Oh, I gotta go like Cobain. 8 years to the grave, gone insane. My blood got propane. How you gon' go and throw my name with shame? Already cross-faded, making it to the disco. I hate it, and you know how this goes. You framed it, picture painted in my room. This that real life shit, none of Zoom, got the scene in it.
Make sure you subscribe to JerCrispy.
Anyway, what's up, y'all? It shows the most. That's the most. JerCrispy, welcome back to another video. Why Sony villains are becoming super or superior, whatever.
Sony Animation
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow out social media. It's gonna pop on the screen. And let's see why.
has a villain problem, but
Yeah,
in
superior.
the best way possible. While Disney waters them down and DreamWorks can't decide what tone to stick with, Sony keeps doing something rare. They make villains that stick. Not just loud or flashy, but memorable, specific, and sometimes totally unhinged. But what has made their villains stand out in today's animation landscape? He starts as a joke, a walking, talking ink blot.
So are you like a cow or a Dalmatian?
When we first meet,
The Spot.
he's treated like comic relief. Miles Morales barely takes him seriously, and the audience doesn't either. He's the punchline, the distraction, the warm-up act before the real villains show up. He's called Villain of the Week, and Miles barely breaks a sweat fighting him. At that point, you're thinking, okay, fun little gag villain. Now let's move on to the real threat. But
Honey,
You too, huh?
the COVID-19, we're not waiting. If it's COVID,
But Sony had other plans. The Spot's story does not follow a typical villain blueprint. You know, one with a grand plan and a lot of scary powers. Instead, he is belittled, and like any person who's constantly ignored, he starts to unravel. He was a scientist present when the collider exploded in the first film.
Yeah, because ain't he got stuck in the thing and stuff like that? He was working and he got stuck on the thing while they were fighting. And the other Spider-Man didn't save him and some shit. Now he blaming that was Miles who did that. If I'm probably saying that right or wrong.
Also literally helped create the spider that bit Miles. Yet no one remembers him. Not Kingpin, not Miles, not even the audience. He was erased from the narrative. Now he's trying to force his way back into the world. And the method he chooses? More holes. Literal ones. He starts opening portals, but each one mirrors the emptiness he feels inside. That's what makes his evolution so compelling. With each new hole, he grows stronger and less human. His body shifts, his voice deepens, and he goes from being awkward, sarcastic, and even shy
Oh, Spider-Man. Wow.
to dark and dangerous.
I take everything from you, like you took everything from me.
Nigga, what?
This shift also affects the audience. What started as slapstick becomes something eerie. The humor drains out of the character, and something heavier takes its place. His transformation is both physical and metaphysical. Phil Lord and Chris Miller, the producers behind Across the Spider-Verse, have always been fascinated with characters who feel out of step with their worlds. In an interview with IndieWire, they mentioned that they initially rejected the idea of the Spot because they thought he was too dorky to be a supervillain. But the longer they sat with him, the more they realized he represented something deeper, the fear of irrelevance. Compare that to how Disney often writes villains. In recent years, their antagonists are either misunderstood figures who get a redemption arc, or weak plot devices who exist to be defeated in the final act. Think Magnifico from Wish or Governor John
Never watched that shit. I watched this.
Ratcliffe in Pocahontas. There's little room for genuine menace with these guys. And then there's DreamWorks. These guys swing both ways. Sometimes you get Drago from How to Train Your Dragon 2, full of raw trauma and power. Other times,
Hold on, you sure that ain't a black guy? Yeah, you sure that not a black guy? They're not trying to be. Man, this man is black. That man got dreads and all. Man, that man is black. That man ain't white, that man black.
From How to Train Your Dragon 2, full of raw trauma and power. Other times, you get whatever Prince Charming was doing in Shrek the Third. Sony, on the other hand, gives us villains like the Spot, who carry psychological weight. He affects the protagonist and the entire narrative itself. He's angry that he was sidelined, and the movie rewards that rage with real consequences. He becomes the central threat by refusing to let go of his hurt.
Yeah.
And that matches the film's
Ain't that
theme.
like most of everybody do though? Like they can't hold that regret of what happened, what they did to them, or what they did to themselves, so they gotta blame it on somebody else just to make it 10 times feel so they can feel better. Nigga, fuck out my face.
Miles refuses to accept the fate of his father.
Please understand.
Facts.
Ask me not to save my father.
Hey, I don't blame him. Look at Miguel bitch ass. I don't know who this nigga think he is. Miguel? This nigga Miguel was just mad because he let the little girl down, the little baby down. I think that was his daughter or some shit, whatever she was to that end. Then he want Miles to let his dad die. And it's crazy that if he don't get back in time, because I think he's stuck in another universe as the ending, as Miles, then he never get bitten by the 42 spider. Never got bitten by the 42 spider and shit like that. So, it's crazy. Like, I agree with Miles. I'm not about to let my dad die. The fuck, nigga? It just be me and mom.
While the Spot demands that the world give him its attention. And of course, he also wants to hurt Miles. But anyway, neither character stands still. Both keep reaching. One toward freedom, the other toward proof. The audience feels that chase. They walked in expecting a minor villain, but walked out haunted by the guy who was almost beaten by a convenience store clerk. The viewers changed as the narrative did. They stopped laughing and started rewatching, but this time with more concentration and tension. That's the mark of a strong villain. Someone who changes the temperature of the story, breaks the rhythm, and leaves a trail. But even before The Spot, Sony created a masterpiece in villainy, not just with
Kraft Real Mayonnaise, made with eggs from farms right here in America. Real good ingredients, real good taste.
Nissan Rogue has been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy for 11 years in a row.
For some stuff that them tired.
just with one, but with two incredibly written bad guys. Only one other production studio has been able to make something similar since. Let's start with the first image most people remember from Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, the first
hulking
one.
Black mass with a tiny head, stomping through a portal like a pissed-off refrigerator. That's Kingpin. There's no mystery to him. He wants something, and...
Wait a minute. Hold up. Fuck. Wait a minute. Y'all know I have to do this. Hold up. Wait a minute, son. So you telling me this nigga Kingpin, right? Like this nigga was not on... So you telling me this nigga Kingpin is now in Spider-Man and he originally was for the Punisher? Mind you, I beat this game for a whole day. And it's crazy, right? And it's crazy. So you telling me this nigga Kingpin is fucking in Spider-Man race right now as we speaking? Nigga? Hold up, bro. Let me... Bop. nah, this nigga Kingpin in the Spider-Verse. And what movie did I see Kingpin? Man, I ain't never seen Kingpin in a freaking Spider-Verse. Or I just may be missing them scenes or something. I must be sleeping. He was in this. Man, ain't nobody was watching. Man, I watched it, but ain't nobody saw Kingpin sorry ass on that shit. Man, fuck you. Man, nigga. Man, get this bullshit out of my face.
He'll crush everything in his way to get it. Kingpin's character design is a punchline and a warning at the same time. The man looks ridiculous, but no one's laughing.
God damn, that nigga head small as hell, big body, small ass head ass nigga.
No use for finesse or subtlety. He shows up, and the whole room changes into something claustrophobic because of how much space he takes up. He's pure weight, physically, emotionally, narratively.
Hey, you like my new toy? Cost me a fortune, but
that matters, especially in animation, where so many villains still look like action figures with personality issues. Kingpin is different. His body carries grief. You see it in his obsessiveness. The story gives him a goal, but it doesn't ask for your sympathy. He's not a broken man on a quest for redemption. He's a grieving monster building a machine out of denial. And he's not alone. That's where Olivia Octavius comes in.
My friends actually call me Liv. My enemies call me Doc Ock.
When Miles and Peter break into Alchemax, expecting a boring scientist, they get a chaotic nerd in round glasses who talks like she's doing a podcast about evil. Dr. Olivia Octavius is sharp, twitchy, and...
Why did they start doing some stuff like that, making like nerds like villains now? Like, they have to have a freaking. Nigga, why the fuck I thought I had a spider on me? I'm about to say, hold on, nigga, I'm about to be the next Spider-Man in this bitch. Let me find out. Louisiana Spider-Man. Shit, wabbing through Baton Rouge. But why they be always making the nerd to some shit like that? Why they just can't be smart people? You ain't gotta be a nerd just to be smart.
Weirdly cheerful for someone trying to collapse the multiverse. And then the arms come out.
Whoa!
It's a genuine surprise. Olivia's greatest strength is her unpredictability.
And them arms looking like some freaking tube that you freaking trying to collect a little water in it to get it into the filter. Man, them tubes look like they collect dust tubes. Man, get the fuck... God damn.
She's light on her feet, not burdened by grief like Kingpin. She plays, she experiments, she stretches moments, and her scenes are loud, fast, and full of movement. She's dangerous, but she's not heavy. You never quite know what she'll say or do next. This is what makes the villain mix in Spider-Verse so effective. You have Kingpin, who is deliberate and forceful. Then you have Olivia, who dances around chaos and lands punches while dropping punchlines. One carries sorrow, the other carries thrill. Together, they cover a wide emotional range. The two share a close similarity with DreamWorks' Death and Jack Horner. For both movies, the audience stays on edge because they never let the...
I get it.
10 grams of protein to fuel the supply scramble. Chomps.
We love Sephora because it's got hair care for me and me. Let's get into it. Let's go. We got makeup for the curls. K18 damage wear.
Let the threat feel safe. There's always a different type of pressure and release waiting.
This is a good ass movie. Like, if you want to go sit there and watch with your girl, this is dead ass a good movie. You can sit here and watch with your girl and stuff like that, or a friend, or by yourself. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. I'm glad they did this, bro. It was actually a good thing. They brought these two back together and stuff like that.
around the corner. But there's more for the Spider-Verse villains. The writers also played with contrast. Kingpin is obsessed with bringing back his family, but the more he tries, the more he ruins everything.
Richard.
I don't know, Richard.
Olivia, on the other hand, wants to watch what happens when you push science further than is expected. She hasn't lost anything, just racing toward what she hasn't seen yet.
Don't like that.
This is fascinating.
They move toward the same goal, but from opposing directions. And then there's the tone they bring to the story. Kingpin drags scenes into the ground. He makes you sit in the consequences. His kills are brutal and cold. He murders Spider-Man in the opening act, and the movie doesn't soften it.
Damn.
It's loud and quick and final.
So Miguel is wrong. If he said, if your Spider-Man would never did, and da. Nigga, but guess who killed him, nigga? Kingpin. My father said, guess who killed him though? Dude, Kingpin. Live I saw it with my eyes. Look at eye to eye. Dang!
Olivia brings something else. Her action scenes feel like boss levels in a video game. There's music, confusion, and danger.
I ain't lying to you, sure do.
And wince in the same breath.
Bitch! Come on.
This contrast helps the movie build momentum without losing emotional clarity. But here's the best part. Neither one tries to steal the show. They trust the viewer to understand through action and rhythm. That's rare in modern animation. So many movies still over-explain. They're afraid to let a villain just be terrifying. Spider-Verse doesn't have that fear. Kingpin and Olivia are loud, physical proof that animated villains don't need apologies. They just need purpose and presence. But this was a movie that generally demanded cold villains. You can't have several universes in danger and write a soft villain into it. However, Sony made us understand that even when the movie is about something as safe as food, they can still write the best kind of villain you can think of. Chester V is the villain who walks in like
I don't even remember this dude. I think he was off a Cloudy Chance of Meatball or something like that. I saw like a little clip earlier. He was coming off the ship or some shit like that. What? Ain't that was like number 2? Number 2 or number 1? How many Cloudy Chance of Meatballs they made? Like 1, 2, 3? I don't know.
Savior.
Greetings, friends, and namaste. Chester V?
He's the clean-cut tech mogul who talks like a TED Talk, looks like Gandhi, and moves like a yoga ad. He's not your classic cackling madman. He's smooth, smart, and always in control. And that's what makes him dangerous. As the CEO of LiveCorp, Chester V presents himself as a beacon of innovation. His company is the Pixar of tech giants, colorful, advanced, and supposedly built around bettering the world. But behind that friendly branding is a man obsessed with control and credit. When he
Reach your impossible, Lenovo Legion.
hears about Flint's FLDSM DFR machine still being active, he sees a chance to grab it and take all the praise. He invites Flint into his company, strokes his ego, and separates him from his friends, or at least he tries to.
I'll find the machine. I can fix this. Brilliant.
But yeah, the plan is subtle. Get Flint working for him, blind him with praise, and use his own invention to harvest the sentient food creatures for mass production. One of the things that makes Chester V so unforgettable is the way he turns every moment into a performance. Every scene with him is loaded with flair. He speaks with big hand gestures, flashes a rehearsed smile, and constantly uses flashy holograms to sell his genius.
My holograms and I were having an urgent brainstorming session.
Compared to other characters, Chester stands apart. Flint is messy, full of hope, and prone to spiraling into wild inventions. But Chester is calculated. He only says what moves his plan forward. He never doubts himself, and he never lets emotion in. He surrounds himself with empty space, like he doesn't need the world around him. He also treats others with clear disrespect, especially Barb, his assistant. Barb is an intelligent, genetically enhanced orangutan with advanced speech and hacking skills. She gets angry whenever someone calls her a monkey, but Chester never stops calling her one.
Good monkey! To the helicopter!
He doesn't care about her dignity and only values...
Oh, God. Ain't that old girl who, did, Mabel voice?
What she can do for him. This mistreatment reveals a lot about Chester. He wants control over everyone, even those closest to him. He disguises it behind friendliness and clever speeches. But the truth is always there in how he talks to Barb, how he manipulates Flint, and how he twists every situation in his favor.
Where are we gonna find someone so desperate?
Compared to other villains in animated films, Chester V stands out for his emotional manipulation. He doesn't rule by fear like Kingpin. He doesn't unleash chaos like Dr. Doofenshmirtz. He operates with charm and calculated dishonesty. His version of evil is polished, corporate, and clean. That's what makes it hit different. Kids might not catch every single layer, but they feel it. His language feels wrong. His behavior feels off, and his smile is too smooth. That dissonance is part of what makes him a good antagonist.
Imagine a nigga dead ass use all the hologram and hit you with a move like this, bro.
Is too smooth.
Feel like that, bro. Ain't no way that nigga should be moving like that as a hologram, son.
That dissonance is part of what makes him a good antagonist. He also reflects something real. He's the polished CEO who speaks at conferences about humanity while draining the world behind the curtain. He's the boss who acts like a friend but uses that friendliness to get people to work harder for less. His villainy is familiar. Worse, Chester never really changes. Flint breaks away from him. Barb turns on him, and the people around him grow. But he remains irredeemable. That stubbornness becomes his downfall.
Oh, fudge.
But what happens when the villain isn't a genius or a tyrant, just a local legend who hates being outshined? Tank Evans walks into...
Cypher! Into yesterday. Into yesterday. Like the ocean meet the blues and take the times away. Oh, we need a little time to take the blues away. The sun is out and with it always gonna sing. Like tomorrow, into yesterday. I like this.
Every scene like he owns the ocean.
I like this song.
For a while, he does. He's the one to beat it. The penguin everyone watched at the surf competition. And the guy with the trophies and the ego to match.
Ain't this the scene that his barber had said, "You better be polishing your trophies"? I'm not, Mom.
The center of attention. It's really where I should be.
In Surf's Up, he's not a villain in the classic sense. He doesn't want to destroy the island or take over the world. He just wants to stay famous, undefeated, and adored. His whole personality is built on flash, from his creepy obsession with his trophies,
these are my ladies,
to his constant flexing.
Evans, Tank, 9-time defending champ.
Tank lives for the spotlight. He treats surfing like a one-man show. When the cameras are on, he turns into a performer. And when they're off, he's still performing. Everything he does is loud. His voice, his moves, even his insults. There's no off switch. But before Tank, there was Big Z.
Yeah.
A true surfing legend who was kind.
Nigga, that nigga do not look like me, son. Don't start, bro. Don't start, because I know how y'all niggas is. There goes JerCrispy. Man, fuck out my face,
grounded, and respected.
Z is everything. Big Z is surfing.
Z was the soul of surfing. Someone who believed in its purity and purpose.
Low-key?
But
That
when
might
Z
be me.
disappeared and was presumed
then ain't me.
Those eyes, that nose, your hair.
God damn, that big ass
Your
nose.
dead, Tank filled the vacuum. Where Z inspired, Tank entertained. Where Z had humility, Tank had bravado. His whole persona is built on the ruins of someone greater, and he doesn't show an ounce of respect for the name that came before him. He mocks Big Z, rewrites history to suit his narrative, and basks in a spotlight that was never really his. This is what lights a fire in Cody. He grew up idolizing Big Z. He wanted to surf and live like Z. So when he hears Tank
And everything went downhill when they was trying to make a motherfucking number 2. And they wanted to put wrestlers in the number 2. And they was all like, yeah, when I was a little kid, I was looking at the wrestlers, the Penguin. Anyways, Surf 1 is only the one thing to do. I don't know why they did try to do 2. Number 1, it's always going to be the best in my heart. People might not like it, but I will sit back and watch that shit for the rest of my life.
Trashing his hero, Cody steps up to defend
Cody!
Z's honor.
He's a big zero. Shut your mouth. You'll never be as good as Big Z, stink.
That detail matters. It gives the rivalry weight. Cody wants his trophy and his recognition, yes, but he's also fighting to restore meaning to the sport he loves. Of course, Tank crushes him in their first showdown, because Cody isn't ready. He's still raw, untrained, full of ego and assumptions. Hence, Tank makes easy work of him and doesn't let him forget it.
Yeah.
But Tank's victory lacks class and sportsmanship. He mocks Cody the way he mocked Z because, for him, surfing is about keeping others beneath him.
Facts.
That dynamic gives Tank his villainous edge. Screw plotting to take over the island or hiding a dark secret, when you can just be loud and shallow for the sake of it. Yet, in a way, he's a warning. What happens when values get buried under spectacle? So if Tank refuses to change, then maybe Cody could learn from his faults. Indeed, a twist. Cody discovers that Big Z is still alive, living in exile, forgotten by the world. Z agrees to train Cody, but only if Cody lets go of the fame chasing and learns the real spirit of surfing. Through this journey, Cody evolves, and when he returns to face Tank again, he was ready. The final race says everything. Tank tries to throw his competition off their board or out of bounds like the jerk he was.
And they instantly fell off.
He came up third and had to be saved from drowning after he crashed. Cody comes in second, but he's changed. He's not racing for trophies anymore. And the chicken, he wins without even trying. He just has fun.
How's it feel to win, Joe?
I won?
Tank isn't a traditional villain. He is a great foil. His pride, his mockery.
Big Joe, he be saying, Cody! Cody! I can feel it in my gut, man.
Legends and his obsession with image make him the perfect test for Cody. He's there to be beaten, yes, but more than that, he's there to be outgrown. Anyway, have you ever wondered why twist villains are failing these days? And why we may never see good twist villains anymore? Well, check out this video right here that talks about the twist villain dilemma.
Hey, if y'all want me to watch that, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media. It's gonna pop up on the screen. Make sure y'all run the views up, but we can come back and watch this. So yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media. It's gonna pop on the screen. We're on the road to 300, and I'm out.